Howdy. As some of you may know, we had to move my mother in with us back in late January. And it's 6 weeks later about now, and I have pretty much literally done almost no business since that happened. It's strange because I did a video back in December when I talked about reinventing myself a little bit. And I talked mainly about my office, which has changed, as you notice if you watch a lot of my videos or any of them. My background has changed, except for the curtain. It turns out I never changed the curtain. My wife, we hit a certain point, and that was that. So the curtain's still the same, but everything else has kind of changed. And we changed that kind of stuff. We had more plans, and then they had to change because of personal reasons, and that happens sometimes. Now, the difference between what my situation is and a lot of other people's situations is that my work now has to drastically change. I definitely had to reinvent myself. As an independent consultant, I've had times where I've had to travel and be gone for months at a time. I would come home either every other weekend, sometimes every weekend, but I wasn't, I was gone most of the time. Can't afford to do that now. It turns out that it really takes at least two people to be able to watch somebody 24/7. It really does. Not that she needs to be watched all that much. But truthfully, someone has to be here in the house. Someone has to take care of, well, feeding, uh, putting to bed. That's something I never expected to have to do, but I have to do that. Um, Coaching bathroom stuff, something else I never thought. Little things like that. Memory issues, something called sundowning, which is really the worst of anything that goes on. And, I may see if I can put a link to it, although I don't think it's going to let me. But sundowning, if you have to deal with someone whose memory is declining, that's the nice way I'm putting it right now, sundowning is always going to be the worst thing you ever have to deal with. Trust me on that one. It's mentally challenging. And I have my wife every day telling me, don't take anything personal. This is not the same person you lived with and grew up with. With that said, you have to look at reinventing your business sometimes and your life at times. But this time I'm talking more about business. So how am I going to reinvent my business? Well, I still want to do consulting, but I know that I can't leave for the big long contracts anymore. So now I have to try to set myself up to do basically what I had been hoping to do anyway, which are projects. If I can set myself up where I can do projects, not only won't I have to travel as much, but I could possibly make a lot more money. So I have to get some projects done. I have to create some courses. As a healthcare consultant, there's a lot of people who don't know what it is I do or don't understand how to do what I do. So if I could create a product to do that, or a course of some kind, I could possibly make a lot of money because I get email all the time from people who are asking me about these types of things, and I answer certain things here and there. Because, you try to be giving, but I need to be setting some things up like that for myself. I probably need to do more writing. I used to enjoy writing a lot more than I do now. I love to write for myself. I love to write in my style. But trying to be a freelance writer, that gets to be a little weird sometimes. I had a great contract last year where I was writing articles for $300 a shot. Yes, $300 an article. Every article was over 1,000 words at least. The thing is that a lot of these people started wanting like links to other sites to back up what I was telling them. To which I said, well, no, there are no links to any of this stuff because I am the authority on what I'm writing about, which I was. Everything that had happened were things that I saw that I had to deal with. So there are no links to stuff like that. And that throws people off. Yet, on my business blog where I've been writing for 12 years and on my I'm Just Sharing blog where, geez, I think I'm moving up on 10 years or so, I write from a lot of experience. After 30 years, I should have something to say. And I don't always have links to outside sources. I have links to my own sources, but if someone wants something else, that's kind of difficult. If someone wants you to do what you call formulaic writing, God, that's boring as sin. It just is. And people, you know what? Google doesn't like that little formulaic writing anymore either. So I'm not doing that. I'm not writing 2,500 to 3,000 words for less than $100. I mean, okay, forget that. I'm not writing it for $100. That's just not going to happen unless I'm writing it for my own blog and someone is sponsoring me. In which case, then we can talk about some things because it's going to benefit me as much as you, and I'm still going to get paid for it. But, you know, I need to be out there a little bit more. This is part of the reinvention. I'm thinking of other things that I'm going to need to do. And I need to reinvent my own life. I need to tackle some of the things that I have issues with. I still don't sleep well, and I did that video years ago about sleep apnea and using the CPAP. That is somewhat, I was starting to get better. Now it's out of whack again. So I need to deal with that. I need to deal with anxiety. You know, I've always kind of had some anxiety here and there. It's always been kind of manageable, but right now I got a lot of anxiety. This is tough. You know, I have no kids. I had no siblings, and now, in essence, I am a parent to an adult. Totally different life. Never saw it coming. So my wife laughs at me all the time, and then she's coaxing me all the time or consoling me, saying, you know, no, you're going to be good at this. So I've got those couple of things to deal with. It's not easy. I feel for a lot of other people. It's been amazing that I've run into a lot of people who have dealt with this kind of situation. A lot of those people have put their relatives into assisted living of some kind. I'm not going to do that until I absolutely have to. It's been different, but I can't say it's been bad having my mother here, except for the sundowning. Please go look that up. I think I'm going to have to write an article about that one because even though I see some articles, I don't know that they have accurately hit just what it is you're going to deal with. So yes, I'm probably going to have to write that one. Anyway, this is me talking to you about reinventing. You know, we don't give up on life. At least we shouldn't. When things go wrong or we feel we need a change in our lives, we should reinvent in some way. I'm reading a book right now. Where's that book? That's okay. Hopefully I can get her to interview with me here, and that would be wonderful. Anyway, I'm reading a book by a lady who I know. Her name is Peg Host-Arlis. I probably pronounced that totally wrong, but at least I got the Peg part right. And she is a clinical psychologist, and she's writing about anxiety. And, you know, one of the things she talked about in the book is how when, you know, you look at certain triggers, if you can find it within yourself to say, you know what, I now acknowledge that I have this and I'm ready to go on and figure out how to get past it. And basically, you're going to say, I'm going to take control of my own life. This is a big deal. A lot of times we give in to outside factors kind of taking over our life. I have kind of given in, but I'm not going to stay in that mode. So let me know your thoughts. Have you gotten into that place where you're just feeling so anxious that you're not really sure what to do, or you've stopped trying? I haven't stopped trying. It's just I'm trying to get my equilibrium back, and I'm getting closer to it, and I think I'm ready. And you know what? That's the best I can do, right? It's the best probably you can do. But maybe we can all do it together. That's all I have. My name is Mitch Mitchell. I hope y'all have a wonderful week.